students, welcome to our physics class. Our chapter name is force and pressure. In the first class, we defined what is force. We just explained what is force by using different types of experiments, and we just found what are the things which are happening when we are applying force on an object. That were the things we discussed in the first class. Then we just did that. We classified this force into two. The first one is contact force and the other one is non-contact force. Contact force and non-contact force. Then we get some examples of this contact force and non-contact force. The examples of contact force are muscular force, and then we discussed about the frictional force. The examples of non-contact force are magnetic force, then electrostatic force, and then gravitational force. So these are the forces you have to focus in this chapter. You have to learn what is muscular force, what is frictional force, what is magnetic force, what is electrostatic force, and what is gravitational force. In the last classes, we already explained what is magnetic force, then we deal with frictional force and then magnetic force. Today we are going to explain what is electrostatic force and what is gravitational force. So, now I am going to first deal with this gravitational force. Then we will talk about electrostatic force. Gravitational force. So, now you can see that I am just taking a chalk piece and just putting it just go down. What is the reason this chalk is not going to upside and it just gone down? What is the reason? It is because there is an attraction which is getting this chalk piece to down. That is, when I am putting this chalk in my hand, this chalk piece is under rest. And when I just drop this here, then what will take the chalk piece? First it is at rest. And then when it falls down, it is converting the state of rest to state of motion. It just converted to the rest to state of motion. So in the last classes we said that for changing the state of a object we have to give certain force. So here the force acting is called gravitational force. So how we can define this gravitational force? Generally we consider that every object is attracting to the center of our earth. It is called gravitational force. When we are putting an object from a height to just dropping down, it will come to the surface of our earth. That is because it is attracted to the center of our earth. But actually this gravitational force is something broader than this concept. That is because I am just taking two bodies. I am just taking two objects. And this object is having a mass m1 and this and m2. That means each and every object in this universe is attracting each other. Maybe that attraction is very small or feeble. It may be, the strength will be varying. So, this is the force called gravitational force. So, how we can define this? Gravitational force is the force which every body in this universe, which may be small or larger, exert a force on every object. This is called gravitational force. Which means that every object in this universe attracts each other, or they are exerting certain force each other, and it is called gravitational force. I think the concept is clear for you, and now we are going to explain what is electrostatic force. For explaining electrostatic force, we want to do some small experiments. In your textbook, they just mentioned an experiment using a straw which is hanging simply like this, and taking another piece of straw, and we are just rubbing the piece of straw in a paper. After some time we are just rubbing, and we just put this straw near this straw. And then what happens? We can look what happens to this straw. That is our experiment. Here I am taking two pieces of straw, and I just take this piece and rubbing on a paper. After rubbing, and I just put it here. You just see that this straw is shaking. I am not touching the suspended straw with this another straw. It is just because there is the accumulation of charges. I think you can see the fluctuation of this straw. Once more I am showing that. I am just taking this and I am rubbing on a paper and just putting it near the straw. Then this straw is getting shaking. This is the force that acting here is electrostatic force. And now you can see another example. Here you can see these are small pieces of paper. Now we are going to conduct another experiment to show the electrostatic force. In my hand I have a small straw piece and I am going to rub it on the paper. And you please observe what is happening in this experiment. I am just rubbing it. And now please observe. You can see that the paper pieces are jumping to the straw. So this is because you can see that it is hanging on that straw. This is because of the electrostatic force. Here these papers are attracted on that straw, and once more you can see that. I think you can see the jumping of the paper pieces to the straw. This is electrostatic force. Now we are going to explain what is the definition of electrostatic force. You observed the experiment, right? Here, when I am putting this rubbed straw near this straw, what happens? This straw gets fluctuated. There you can see they are just waving like this. What is the reason? There occurs a charge. When I am rubbing this straw on this paper, there accumulates a charge. And this charge is not moving and it is static, and that electricity is called static electricity. So we are explaining here what is electrostatic force. The definition of electrostatic force is that it is the force which is exerted by the charged body on a charged body or charged body. That is, it is the force exerted by the charged body or an uncharged body. In the experiment, you may observe that I am not touching this straw with the another straw. So, here the force takes place is non-contact force. Non-contact force. So, this electrostatic force is an example of non-contact force. These are about the things in this force. So, now we are here concluding the topic force, and in the next class we will talk about what is pressure and the details about this pressure, the equation of pressure, and which are the types the pressure in this world. So, we can deal it in the next class. It's enough for today. Thank you.